Bad-Tempered Badger here with a little news. Judges, solicitors and victims groups are being asked to submit evidence about the impact of social media on criminal trials. The UK Attorney General's Office is compiling a report on the effect social media can have on court cases. Trials can be, and are, affected by outside information. In 2013, a trial was halted after one of the jurors looked up information on the internet of previous trials that was irrelevant to the current proceeding. The trial was halted and moved to a different location. A case must be heard on the evidence, not based on past events. In another instance, a juror was jailed after stating on social media that they'd always wanted to fuck up a paedophile, demonstrating a disregard for the evidence and a preconceived notion that the defendant was guilty. It seems to me that in the modern world of everyone posting every detail of their lives, it follows naturally that people would want to comment online as a case progresses. Unfortunately, this opens them up to outside influence as their friends, family, and anyone else who happens to read their post weighs in on the case, distracting them from the evidence. It can also reveal information that needs to remain confidential. In my opinion, the solution is simple. While acting as a juror, one should be cut off from outside influence to prevent bias. This includes social media. The current methods of advising people not to discuss the case are clearly not enough, so social media should be blocked while jurors are deciding a case. Another important aspect to consider is anonymity. Those accused of crimes are legally entitled to a fair hearing, where they are tried based on the evidence available in an impartial way. They are also entitled not to have their reputations destroyed by the so-called court of public opinion. This is particularly important in cases involving children, where being identified can completely destroy the lives of young, vulnerable people. This also brings up the ongoing debate about defendant anonymity in controversial cases, particularly those involving rape and sexual assault. In these cases, the defendant often suffers social ostracism, threats, stalking, and even actual violence, as they are often assumed guilty even before the trial has begun. Sometimes, even after a case has completely fallen apart and the defendant is acquitted, they still find it difficult or impossible to return to their lives. Another interesting aspect of this is defendants who advertise themselves on social media. A current ongoing case springs to mind of a joke versus a poorly thought out freedom of speech denying law. This becomes a very complex situation where the legal issue gets opened up for public debate, even in the mainstream media. The full effects of this are difficult to determine, but it will certainly make it more difficult to select an impartial jury. This is a very complex issue and is continuing to develop as technology changes. It has been said that technology moves faster than laws and governments can keep up. I predict that this will continue at increasing speed into the future. A balance will need to be struck between privacy and freedom of speech. It will be interesting to see what the Attorney General's report will contain. Thanks for watching.